What's good, YouTube? We got another episode of Entitled Parents here, and I think this one's pretty spot on. Here we go. Entitled mom demands access to my pool. Originally posted this on r/choosingbeggars and was advised that people would probably like it here as well, so have a seat and share in my misery, hilarity, fury. Choosing Beggar stands for Choosing Beggar naturally. I had this rather amazing run-in with a choosing beggar last week, and boy was it entertaining/infuriating. I'm renting a one-story house with a private swimming pool with my wife. The house is part of a small neighborhood of 6 houses in total, 2 of which are slightly bigger than the others and have a private pool each. Those 2 are a fair bit more expensive for obvious reasons. Last week, someone knocks on the door and I go to open it. Outside is a smiling woman with 2 kids. Hello, I'm Face from next door, and we thought we used the pool. Me, confused as hell and a bit stunned. Oh, you did you? I now also notice that they're all carrying towels and have swimming suits on. Me, I don't really like lending it out, I'm afraid, so I think I'll have to say no. Choosing beggar. Oh, but the rent gives me access to the pool when I want, said in a very smug way, as if she's calling me an idiot. Me, you're not paying the rent for my house, and I know the owner doesn't include the use of the pool in the contract. I know this because he's a close friend of my wife, and I happen to be the one who wrote the contract, as well as having translated the guy's ads for Facebook and such. Choosing beggar. Well, it's in the lease, so you don't really have any choice, do you? At this point, I just asked my wife to call up the owner, and he confirms that he hasn't said anything about her being allowed to use the pool and that the contract doesn't mention it. I tell her this, but since she has kids, I tell her that I'll allow her to come over to use the pool perhaps once a month, as long as she gives me 1 week's notice or so. This is not good enough for Face, who demands immediate access to the pool as well as future use whenever she feels like it. This of course results in me withdrawing my kind offer and her stomping away screaming about getting me kicked out. Later the owner shows up, having heard her screaming through the phone, and warns her sternly that she will be kicked out if she makes any more trouble. I don't think she'll be staying here for long. The dude was actually nice and said that he'll allow it once a month. Like, that's pretty good, man. That's a good deal for not having a pool, going to maybe using it once a month. Like, I'd take that deal. But apparently it's not good enough for Face. Entitled mother wants me to lie about witnessing sexual harassment to protect her son. So I teach 8th grade, and a few months ago I had a female student come up to me in private and tell me that a male student in her class was sexually harassing her. She shows me text messages that he has sent her detailing highly graphic sexual things he wants to do to her, and tells me some of the things he said to her when they are in the halls. She tells me that she has asked him to stop repeatedly, but he is still doing it, and she wants me to help keep him away from her in my class. So before I file a report to have guidance and admin investigate the issue, I spend a class period keeping a close eye on the 2 of them to see if I can confirm or deny anything she's saying. Once I'm looking for it, I observe the male student doing things like licking his lips at her from the other side of the room, hovering around her, and finding reasons to walk past her desk. I personally overhear him make a sexual comment about her to another student. Based on what I've seen, I go ahead with referring the boy to admin for sexual harassment and make contact with parents of both students to inform them that the issue will be investigated by the school and possible disciplinary action will be taken. I don't make direct contact with the boy's mother, but I leave her a voicemail and ask that she call me back. The next day, I'm in my planning period and I get a call from the office saying there's a parent there for a meeting. Now, our policy is that parent meetings must be scheduled in advance and logged with the office. I don't have any meetings scheduled today, but I have time, so I decided to go and see what's up. It turns out to be the male student's mother in the office. She very nicely asks if we can talk face to face about what's going on, and for some dumb reason I agree, even though usually we like to have another teacher or staff member present for meetings. So we go in a conference room and I go over the allegations, avoiding names. I tell her that a female student has accused her son of sexual harassment, and I saw enough evidence in my class to refer it to the office for investigation. Entitled mother. Now what exactly did you hear? Because I know my son, he would never harass a girl. He might say something stupid that got taken the wrong way, but that's just not who he is. So what exactly did you hear him say? I want to know what this girl is saying about it. Me, I saw him licking his lips at her and overheard him say to another boy that he wanted to ride that ass all night. Entitled mother. What do you mean licking his lips? He gets chapped lips. He might not be doing it to harass some girl. She can't just say things about him and try to ruin his life. I know my son, and he is not that kind of person, no matter what some girl says. Well, admin and guidance are going to investigate, and based on what they find, they'll be in touch with you. Entitled Mother. So what did you tell them? You can't just go ahead and say, boy's name is harassing girls, based on what one person says. He's already been suspended twice, and now you're going to get him expelled just because some girl wants to get him in trouble for no reason? Now I'm thinking, ugh, why did I do this? Mom is getting worked up. I have no one else there, and my next class starts soon. I repeat that I just reported the things the girl said and the things I saw, and that it'll be investigated. I reiterate that I'm not the one making any final decision, and if she has an issue, she needs to talk to the principal. Entitled Mother. Well, principal hates son's name. She's not going to listen. You need to go and tell them that this is all nonsense. You saw him licking his lips because they were chapped. I'm not going to have all this harassment bullshit. Me. Again, if you have an issue, I'm not the one to talk to. I just reported what I saw. They'll look into it. Entitled Mother. But you didn't see anything, and you need to tell them that. I'm telling you. I know my son, and you've got this all wrong. If he gets expelled because you don't know what you saw, it's going to be your fault. I eventually talk her down enough to get her to leave. I report to admin that parent is hostile about the accusations and go about my day. They end up investigating and finding hard evidence that he was actually sexually harassing 3 different girls. Boy got expelled. Seems like it wasn't the first time this has happened, and it seems like the parent kind of knows how to get away with this type of stuff. It's like kids raising kids, man. What is the deal with these people? Woman gets pissed. Dying child doesn't have to wait in line. My baby brother was the victim of a horrible medical malpractice when he was 6 months old. This left him with progressive encephalopathy, aka progressive brain death, extreme and uncontrollable epilepsy, and to top it all off, when he was 5, they discovered he had cystic fibrosis. Obviously, a kid that sick wasn't projected to live long. Like many small children with terminal diagnosis, when he was 5, his doctors referred him to Make-A-Wish, a charity that grants wishes to terminally ill children. Since my brother loved the local amusement park, my parents asked to take him to Disney World. Let me just say, Make-A-Wish treats you right. We had a limo to the airport, a 2-bedroom condo in the Give Kids the World Village, a resort solely for kids with Make-A-Wish, and passes to not only Disney World but also to SeaWorld and Universal Studios. Random important tidbit: when you're with Make-A-Wish, they give the Wish Kid a huge button to wear to make it easier for staff places to spot families. My brother thought buttons were idiotic, so my mom wore it the whole trip. One of the activities they send families to while at Universal is a free dinner at the Hard Rock Cafe. We arrived at the cafe to find it packed to the brim. My older brother and I were super excited about eating there, 7 to 10 years old. So my mom reluctantly waited in the line at the hostess stand to see how long the wait was. When the woman in front of us put her name in, also for a family of 5, she was told the wait time was 90 minutes. She huffed a bit, but gave in to wait. Having overheard the 90-minute wait time, my mom had already begun telling us we couldn't wait that long and she was sorry, but we'd have to eat somewhere else. Spotting the huge button on my mom's shirt, the hostess immediately waved us over and grabbed 5 menus. Hostess: "You're with Make-A-Wish, right?" Mom: "Yeah, we are, but we can't wait that long." "No worries, we keep a table reserved for Make-A-Wish families. We can seat you immediately." Mom breathes a huge sigh of relief and turns to follow hostess. It was at this point that the woman in front of us, aka the entitled mother, overheard what was happening. Entitled Mother: "That's not fair," stomps foot. "Why don't they have to wait?" Hostess: "They're with Make-A-Wish. We keep tables reserved for our Make-A-Wish families so they can get the maximum enjoyment from their trips." Entitled Mother: "If my kids have to wait, so do they." More foot stomping and huffing. Hostess: "No, they don't. I say who sits when. They sit now. You have to wait. End of story." Entitled Mother: "It should be the opposite of that. They already get a free vacation, and now they get to skip lines too? That's not fair. Someone needs to give my sons a free vacation." Hostess, clearly fed up with the entitled mother's bullcrap: "Tell you what, when one of your kids is dying, I'll let you skip the line. Until then, be grateful you'll get to see your kids live to adulthood." And with that, the hostess promptly sat us and apologized for the woman's horrid behavior. Considering it was normally my mom apologizing for my brother's goofy behavior, she was completely stunned to have someone stand up for us like that. In fact, we were so well treated on our trip that my parents found a way to save every single spare penny and find the cheapest possible option so that we could go to Disney each fall for 1 week. I got to go a total of 4 times with my brother before he passed away at the age of 10, and I'm more grateful than words can say for the kindness and compassion we were repeatedly shown on our trips. The memories have and will last a lifetime. That story hits you right in the feels, man. At least it did for me. I mean, the kid's dying. That lady just had the nerve to... I don't understand how someone could be so rude and entitled to a family that has a dying child. Like, that's just messed up. Straight up. I hope you all enjoyed these 3. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you all in the next one. Peace.